Come back, baby. Rock and roll never forgets. Yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting over whatever turbo cold was floating around here. And I did an interview today, and why I like doing these interviews, and I've got to find more people out there to interview on my channel. But why I like doing these interviews is they inspire me. And this story should inspire you. You know what? The thing about it is it's okay to step away from music for a little while. It's okay to take a break. Rock and roll music will always be out there. Music in general, whether it's blues or funk or country or whatever floats your boat, baby. It's all still out there. And you can walk away for a little while. If you get that urge, to get back out there and play again, and guess what? It's still there. And you can still come back to it. It's a very inspiring interview that I did today with Tony Starlin, who is the lead singer of the LA Sunset Strip glamour punk style band Foxy Rocks, right? These guys are still out there rocking. They took a 21-year break. Once the Sunset Strip had fully run its course, and I'm sure, like you said, band members get other priorities. You get families, you get wives, you get children. And sometimes we have to step away, just like I'm stepping away from live gigs, and I've stepped away from Nashville. But man, 21 years later, he decided, you know what? We'll come back, we'll do it again, and we'll go full bore. We'll do it like it's supposed to be done. We're not going to, we're older now, so we're just going to show up in t-shirts and jeans. No, we're going to put on the same level of show, the same level of staging, the same attention to detail that we did back when we were, 20-something years old. And now it's 21 years later. The guy is my age, 58 years old, and he's still playing gigs at the Whiskey A Go-Go. But he's doing it now, not because he's trying to get a record deal, not because he wants to own a house up in the hills, up in the Hollywood Hills, or a mansion in Beverly Hills, or to buy, a Maserati or whatever. He's doing it because he realizes that he loves it. He loves playing music. He loves, playing with his friends. He loves playing these venues. He loves getting out and having these experiences. It's an amazing and inspiring story. And it's just like that song I quoted at the top of this video, "Come back, baby. Rock and roll never forgets." And I know I've probably talked about that in one of my other videos. I know at times I'll talk about retiring and when to hang it up in the music business. And I'll give you a funny story. Somebody in the comments the other day said he was somewhere, maybe at a truck stop somewhere, and he saw a tour bus driver, and he asked him, "Oh, where are you headed?" And he said, "Oh, I'm headed to Tampa." He says, "Oh, are you going down there to pick up Bad Brad?" And he says, the guy said, "No, Bad Brad's retired from the road." And I was blown away when he told me this story, because what are the odds that this random tour bus driver at a truck stop knew who I was, knew that I was retired, and It's amazing. It's amazing how the world works. It's amazing how it's almost like the perfect moment. What is the let me know in the comments what that happens when something is, it's not deja vu, serendipity or something like that, or what synchronicity. Maybe it's synchronicity. I don't know. But man, you know what? Yeah, I made me think about it. Go, man. So the tour bus drivers are going around. Oh, bad Brad's retired. Man, I'm working. I'm working as hard now as I ever worked. And I'm excited about the work that I'm doing on this channel. So I'm sure that this is going to pull me back up on the stage at some point. And I'm sure that I'm going to probably maybe end up playing even more because of the work that I'm doing here. And, that is an amazing thing, but it was so inspiring to get to talk to Tony Starlin from Foxy Rocks and hear his story and the reason why he's doing it. Look, back in the day on the Sunset Strip, I think we all had visions of Lamborghinis and mansions and fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, right? We all had stars in our eyes. We all, look, you got to figure, man, we were the generation that grew up with Playboy magazine and Penthouse and all that stuff. And you go out to the Sunset Strip and you go into the Rainbow. And there's that girl, there's that centerfold that you saw this month in the latest issue. And there she is, sitting at a table, maybe sitting next to a rock star. And you're going, man, there she is. Wow, that's that girl. That's incredible. Wow. And wow, there's that rock star. And you're one of those people in that bar. You're circulating, you're breathing the same air with rock royalty. And we all were striving to get somewhere, man. Even the ones that were signed and maybe sitting there with the Playmate of the month, we were all still striving. We're all striving to be seen. We were all striving. And many of those guys, most of those guys that got signed and maybe had one hit or maybe were an underground hit or whatever, and they're not living. There's not many of them that were able to buy a house on the Hollywood Hills and are still able to drive around in a Lamborghini or a Maserati or even a Corvette. These days, I'd say most of them are having to live, if they're still out in LA, they're having to live somewhere way outside of the city, not in Hollywood, not in Beverly Hills, not even in what was the area where they not Malibu, but Cantina, Calabasas, right? They're probably not even living in places like that. And you know what? It wasn't everything that we thought it would be. That the girl, the Playmate of the month, well, chances are she might get pulled away by some producer or some record label executive guy, and even the rock star. It's only a rental, bro. It's only a rental. Yeah, you like my new car? It's a rental. You like my new girlfriend? It's a rental. Not many of those couples of rock stars and playmates, not many of them went on to have long, sustained, beautiful lives together like you imagined in your teenage fantasy life, that you'd find this most beautiful playmate and you'd have her every night and it would be this amazing thing and all that. And look, I can think of one country star. I'm not going to name names, but he married a playmate. He married a playmate. And I remember my friend was helping build one of his rigs to go on the road. And he said, oh yeah, I'm helping so and so, and yeah, his wife is a Playboy Playmate. And I said, oh yeah. He says, oh, he's really together. I said, well, dude, wait till the behind the music VH1 episode, and it's always starts off with, and everything was great, and they were playing everywhere, and he fell in love with the beautiful playmate and all that. And I said, but wait till part 2 or the second half of the show, and then all of a sudden the drugs take hold and it all falls apart. And I said, dude, what happens when the booze takes hold and the powders and the potions and all that? He said, oh no. He's got together, bro. That'll never happen. I said, dude, it's the music business, bro. It's a tough ride going out there night after night and being Mr. Saturday Night 5-6 days out of the week. Now, as big as that band got, maybe they did 4 nights tops a week because they were a huge headliner. But then again, man, 4 nights, it'd still be radio, it'd still be TV, it'd still be flying all over the place and hopping on a bus and doing this and going from here and going from there. It's a tough life to lead, and in order to keep up with that pace, sometimes, man, you get deep in your cups, you get deep in your potions and powders and everything else just to survive. And being gone all the time while your playmate wife is having to raise the kids, I could take a toll on the marriage. Because when you come home, man, you just had people screaming and yelling and, cheering for you, and you feel like a god. But then you come home, the playmate wife is stressed and she's having to change all these diapers, and now you're home. Well, now I need your help. I need you to take out that trash. I need you to change that baby's diaper. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And that could be a shocking reality. I don't care how good a person you are at all that. And sure enough, just like I had predicted it, what I predicted happened exactly as I said it would happen. And if you need to reach out to me and let me tell you your future, I can tell you your future. If I see the path that you're on in life, I can tell you what your future will be. I've done this with my friends. I've been in bars with friends, and a girl comes up, and I've told them both. I go, here's what's going to happen. And I literally tell them what's about to happen, and boom, it happens exactly as I called it. I know how standard situations play out. I know how tough the music business is. I know all of these things, and I know the road that it leads you down. And it might take a year, it might take 2 years, it might take a decade, but it all tends to lead towards the same place. So, it played out exactly as I said it would. It ended in divorce. It ended in substance abuse with the artist that was having to be on the road. And I think he's cleaned up now, and hopefully things are better. And he's smoothed over things with his wife and ex-wife and all that. But man, that's a tough thing to think, man, when you're on top of the world and on top of the charts, and you marry your playmate, girlfriend, you think, man, this is forever, man. I'm on top of the world. I've had that feeling of coming off the road and pocket full of money and just having played for thousands of people, and you come home and you got a relationship and you think everything's amazing and this is the greatest thing in the world, but it can all go away in a flash. And so inspiring that Tony Starlin, who took a break. Yeah, he essentially retired. He retired the band. And 21 years later, says, you know what? Let's do it again. And let's do it the best we can. But now let's do it for the right reasons. We're not chasing the Ferrari. We're not chasing Playmates. We're not trying to get a record deal. We're not trying to become millionaires. We're going out for the love of rock and roll, and we're going to play our music with enthusiasm. We're going to have great experiences. We're going to have an amazing story to tell every time we do it. And maybe if everybody looked at it that way, that maybe chasing that pot of gold at the end of the Rainbow Bar and Grill, maybe trying to chase that pot of gold was not the way to do it. Maybe if you just played to the best of your abilities, put on the biggest show you can, and if you don't care what happens, maybe it would have just all fell into place. It's food for thought, because if you decide to take a break, if you decide to retire, man, you could put on your kicks again, because rock and roll never forgets.